Philosophy. Since ancient times, people have tried to find the truth about our experiences and the world in which we live. The search for truth has led to many ideas about what we believe, and how we should live our lives. This pursuit of knowledge is called philosophy. The word philosophy comes from the Greek for love of wisdom. Psychology. Psychology is the study of the mind. Much of how we think and experience things is still not fully understood. What influences our beliefs? Everyday experiences and images can play an enormous part in the ideas and beliefs we form. Find out more. Asking questions. Philosophy is all about asking questions about all sorts of subjects. However, not all questions are asked by philosophers. Some questions are best left to the sciences. These are the questions about how things work. For example, how does the body work? Biology. How does electricity make a light bulb light up? Physics. How does the sun keep the planets in orbit? Astronomy. Philosophy, on the other hand, tries to ask the most fundamental questions of all, questions that science cannot fully answer. Consider the following questions. Why not ask your parents and friends to discuss them with you? The purpose of life. Is there a special reason why we are all here on Earth? Is it important to achieve anything before we die? Why is it important not to waste time? God. Is there a God? How can we know? What do we do if there is? What can we do if there is not? True or false? How can we know whether something is true or not? Can we prove anything? Can we really prove that we are not all now dreaming? Do we ever need a proof? If not, can we believe in anything we want to? Different values. Does anyone think they have bad taste? Is it right to eat animals? Why should I give charity? More questions to think about. What's the difference between pretending and lying? Is there a last number? Is it fair to lock animals in cages? Is there a difference between your mind and your brain? Do you think in words? What is space? A philosopher must always be curious. Every question is worth asking. Branches of philosophy. Thinkers throughout history have tried to understand universal questions, such as why we exist, or if we really know anything for certain. Philosophy has a number of different branches which look at different types of question. Metaphysics, for example, is the study of reality and existence. Right and wrong ethics deal with what is right and wrong. Is it always wrong to kill? Is it right to kill killers? Stars from the past. The light from some stars can take millions of years to reach us. Do the stars we see in the sky really exist today? Find out more. Branches of philosophy. Philosophy can be divided into different subjects according to the type of question being asked. Ethics. Some questions are about what is right and what is wrong. For example, is it right to steal? Is wrong to tell a lie? These types of questions belong to a branch called ethics. Epistemology. Other questions are about how we know things to be true. For example, how can we be sure that God exists or that God does not exist? These questions are about how we prove things and belong to a branch called epistemology. Logic. Most philosophers rely on a method of thinking called logic, working out an argument step by step. Logic can help us keep our ideas clear. A favorite logical argument is the syllogism, in which two known facts add up to a third new fact. For example, well, all fish can swim too. Goldie is a fish, therefore, new fact, 3. Goldie can swim, but the syllogism can go wrong if you add the wrong facts together. For example, well, all fish can swim too. The president can swim, therefore, new, but incorrect, fact, 3. The president is a fish. Ethics, epistemology, and logic are just a few of the many different branches of philosophy. Some more examples are political philosophy, philosophy of science, and philosophy of religion. Can you work out what sort of questions belong to these branches? The work of philosophers. Philosophers spend their time asking lots of questions. They will not take any rule of life for granted, without asking important questions first. Some philosophical questions, for example, ask us to examine our moral behavior. Sometimes, problems are shown using examples from real-life situations, below right. Aristotle Western philosophy really began in ancient Greece, with great thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, left. What would you do? This model asks you if it is right to redirect the train to kill one person, but save 5. At the moment, the train is heading for the track with 5 people. Track with 5 people. Track with 1 person. Find out more. The importance of philosophy. Philosophy is important because it helps us to clarify what we believe. By asking questions, philosophy helps us to understand important ideas about truth, beauty, and what is right and wrong. Philosophy affects the way a society is run, its laws, government, religion, families, businesses, education, art, and music. Consider the following important questions. Why do we need laws? Should there be a death penalty for certain crimes? Should everyone be allowed to vote for their government? Why do we have to pay taxes? Does religion make us better people? Can a painting really be worth millions of pounds? Throughout the ages, philosophical ideas have inspired many changes in the way we think and run our lives. They have caused political and moral revolutions, for example, the French Revolution and the Russian Revolution. Sometimes, philosophical ideas can start wars and sometimes they can inspire peace. The Greek philosopher Socrates urged people to examine the rules and beliefs by which they lived. He argued that, if we accept rules and beliefs without thinking, we cannot be sure that they are worthwhile. The unexamined life, he said, is not worth living. Can you think of any other questions that are important to the way we live our lives?